So the Fed has decided to cut interest rates. So why are experts, the ones that have degrees in this stuff, why are we slightly concerned? It's usually because they see some weakness in the economy. And we've talked about this weakness in the economy. We've talked about the weakness in the job market. We've talked about the weakness in general consumer spending and how most of the spending, half of the spending, is just by the top 10%. But everybody else has started to slow down on their spending. So what the Fed does is cut interest rates to incentivize people spending and borrowing money. Because like I said yesterday, 2/3 of the U.S. economy is based on consumer spending. So your savings account might come down a little bit. And for some people, they'll say, all right, look, I need to go and invest this money somewhere else. Mortgage rates could come down a little bit, and for some people, this could be their opportunity to buy. For others, they were looking for a business loan or something like that, and that could be cheaper, and they can borrow more or start the business they want. They are looking for you to spend money. That's the whole point. Now here's the catch. We have tariffs that are raising prices. Now, if you cut rates, we already talked about people spending, you have the risk of what? Inflation. And last I checked, we still have some level of inflation right now. So what happens when you have a weak economy and people can't get jobs? You have higher prices because of tariffs. And now because the Fed keeps cutting interest rates, then you also have inflation on top of that. This brings us to something called stagflation. It is one of the worst scenarios in economics that you can have. Now, thankfully, this is just one interest rate cut. I don't think one interest rate cut is going to get us there, thankfully. However, if the president continues to push and say, we need more, then that is going to be a concern. That is why I think the Fed should remain independent and you just leave them alone, let them do whatever it is they want to do. So what I'm paying attention to next is how many more cuts are coming and where is inflation going to go from here.